Norum's incredible solo on The Final Countdown by Europe. So this song and I go way back. In fact, I was born on the very day it came out. I've always loved this song, but the guitar solo and I had a bit of a love-hate relationship until I learned how to play it right. And I figured now it's my turn to pass on all that I've learned to make it nice and easy for you to learn this legendary solo. So today I'm using this trusty PRS Silver Sky, which it pleases me that it has the same color scheme as John Norum's Strat in the original 1986 video. And I'm picking using this John Petrucci pick, although honestly any kind of pick will work well for this solo. And as usual, I'm using amplitude for my guitar tone. You can download this very tone from the link in the description. So at the end of the lesson, I'm actually going to drill this solo with you nice and slow. We're going to gradually work it up to full speed together. But first, let's learn the notes. So here we're just playing 2-string arpeggios, but John Norum has added a really clever pull-off technique that adds a 30-second note. And this tends to confuse most guitarists when learning it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to play it without the pull-off first. And we're going to introduce that after. So we're going to start here with the middle finger on the 12th fret of the B string, then index on the E on the 10th fret, and then pinky on the 14th. So we've got this nice B minor triad. And we're just going to alternate pick it like this. Down, up, down, up, down, up. So you might notice that every second one is the opposite picking. Down, up, down, up, down. And because it's 3, it sits kind of awkwardly against the 16th note pattern. So we're going to end up going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to play it 5 times. So you want to focus on being able to pick that nice and evenly, like duppa 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 dup, even though your fingers are doing a 3 pattern. So if that's a struggle for you, then break it down and do less. Plus, I've got something I guarantee is going to help you, but we're going to talk about that when we start introducing the pull-offs. So we're going to go down, up, 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 down. So let's try that half speed together a few times. 3 and 4 and... Now you can actually get away with leaving the index finger on during these arpeggios, because your middle finger is naturally going to mute the E string when it goes to play its B string note. And when we introduce the pull-offs, this will be a little bit more intuitive. All right, so let's keep going through the shapes. So our first shape, B minor, 12, 10, 14. Now with the middle finger, we're going to move up to 14 on the B string. We're going to do a diminished shape. We're going to play C sharp, diminished. So we have our C sharp note, 14, the middle finger, index on 12 on the E string, and now we use the ring finger. So we're going to go exactly the same pattern. Then after our C sharp diminished, we're going to go up with the middle finger on our D note here on the 15th fret, and we'll play a D major arpeggio. So we have 15, then 14 on the E string, and then 17 with the pinky. So we get 15, 14, 17. So let's try all 3 of those shapes. 3 and 4 and... And then we're going to jump all the way down here to G on the 8th fret, and we're going to go 8 and then 7, 10. Now we're only going to play this one twice, because then we have a run. But we'll get to that in a moment. So let's do all of that so far. 3 and 4 and... So now before we talk about the pull-offs, we've got to talk about the note in between. So because this is a 3 pattern, it doesn't fit perfectly into our 16th note bar. We've got a spare note at the end. Why? Well, 3 times 5 equals 15. So we're missing that extra note. So we have to plug the gap by putting in the root note again like this. So we're just going to do this little up-down before we move to the first note of the following bar. 3, 4. So if you're doing that nice alternate picked pattern, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, that should fit in quite smoothly and naturally. So we do that for all of the changes except for the D to G. Because it's a big position shift, we just finish on this note and it gives the pick a chance to breathe, like this. So we just do a nice slide off there. So let's try all of that from the start. 3 and 4 and... So now it's time to talk about the pull-off. So this is the part that confuses most guitarists, including me for a long, long time. So what John Norum does is he adds in a cheeky pull-off every time he plays the pinky note. So instead of, we have... Now notice the pick is not affected by this. This is what most people struggle with, and it is hard. When I finally figured this out, it was a little bit of a challenge to get up to speed because it was disagreeing with previous muscle memory. And that's why I've made a special mini free course for you guys on how to play these arpeggios. I'm going to teach you the picking technique, and I've got a bunch of drills and a bunch of exercises that will make it feel really natural and intuitive for you. And it's entirely free. It's a module I'm adding to my free course, Gods of Shred, which already has 9 hours of material in it, plus this segment that I'm adding for the Norum Arpeggios. So that's in the link below. Go sign up to Gods of Shred for free, and I guarantee if you follow the instructions, you're going to be playing this whole section perfectly in no time at all. So the real trick here is not allowing that pull-off to destabilize the picking. Now, this is one of those techniques in my experience that if you haven't mastered before, you're going to find a little bit awkward for now. So for now, I recommend as a placeholder, you just go back to the picked notes, because that's going to build really great muscle memory that you can lean on when you start putting the pull-offs in. Whereas if you forcibly put in the pull-offs now, it's going to kind of leak into your picking and it's going to create some really bad habits. Let's try it from the start, nice and slow, then we'll talk about the run. 3, 4... Okay, so once we get to G, we play that twice. And we'll do this nice descending sequential run. So we're going to think of the run as starting here on our tonic, our 7th fret of our B minor scale. So we're just in our B minor pentatonic position here. So we're just going to be thinking down, up, down, up. And then we start the pattern again from the 10. But instead of going to this note, which is the logical note, we're going to go to this note. So the index finger is going to get a workout while we roll from one string to another. Now, make sure to keep this alternate picked, by the way. If you start doing different pickings here, it's going to make life a lot harder. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And we want to arrive on our 9 here, a nice little E note. Now, we lead into this run with a down, up on the G note and the A note, so middle and pinky, like this. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. And if we go from the arpeggio, we just want to get up to that note. Get that solid first. 2, 3, 4. And then you should find it all just clicks together like a couple of Lego bricks. And we want to add some juicy vibrato to that 9. All right, so now we actually switch to the back pickup. And believe it or not, John Norum has an effect on his guitar just for this phrase. He has an octave effect. So there's a low octave part sneaking in. It's not obvious in the original recording, but the stems exist online and I've downloaded them all and you can hear it clear as day in the isolated part. Now I've made sure to add this octave effect in the amplitude preset. So if you're in there, have a look for that and switch it on for this bit if you like. So we're gonna go. So we're just gonna play 8 with the middle finger on a down, up, down. And then we just do a hammer on a pull off from 7 to 8 to 7. And then ring finger on 9 on the G string. And we pull off to 7. So it makes it sound so regal and majestic, doesn't it? And then we play our 7 again with the pick, and we reach to the whammy bar because we're going to slide down, and we're going to do a whammy dip on 6. So the whammy bar here is essentially just replacing the pick. So just give it a nice little dip. And we do the same on the 4th fret. So notice I'm working hard to keep the other strings muted here. And then we just play our 2 as normal and add a bit of vibrato if you have the energy. 3, 4. And now we have probably the best lick of the whole solo. So this is a real mother of a lick. All right, so we're going to start off by bending up to our tonic. So 10th fret with the ring finger. And notice I'm using my other fingers to help here. And then we're going to go. So index finger on 7 and 7. And then ring finger on 10. And then middle finger on 9. And we do a slow bend on our 9 with our middle finger. Now you can use your pinky for this and be all good boy about it, but it's just going to make your life harder, trust me. All right, and next up, we've got this cheeky little... So I'm just thinking up on the 7, down on the 10, up on the 7, and then middle finger on that cheeky Dorian 9. Very bluesy and cheeky, considering it's very much an Aeolian, you know, a G natural kind of feeling there. John Norum just sort of keep things light and spicy. So far we've got... So looking for checkpoints on the beat is always a good idea, especially if you're doing an alternate picked phrase. All right, so from that 9 on beat 4, we're going to go middle finger, down, up on the ring finger on the G. Pretty funky stuff going from the raised 6 to the blues note. And then we're just going to do our classic 7 to 7 again, down, up. And then we'll finish on our 10 on a down. All right, so the whole bar goes 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. So if you're struggling with this, one thing you can do is just get rid of the bend for now. You don't need bends and vibrato when you're just trying to learn the basic picking and rhythmic layout. All right, so for this part, we're starting in our 10, and we're just going to go 10, 9, pull off, down, up, pull off, and we'll go up on our 9. And then with the ring finger, we'll sneak into the G string and do a 9 there on a down. Just whatever you do, make sure to keep thinking down, up, down, up, down, even if you don't pluck that 3rd note. All right, and from this checkpoint, we're going to go down, up, up. So we're going to go 9, 9, 7, 9. So this bar goes 3, 4. So the whole thing goes 3, 4. 3, 4. So whatever you do, if you find it hard, chunk it down, do less, and just master each bit. All right, now at this point, we're just going to do a big old copy and paste from the first 4 bars. Almost. Did you catch it? So the last part of the 4th bar is actually slightly different. John Norum, the cheeky bugger. So what he's done is instead of going, he's gone. I love that. That's just such a subtle detail that only the real nerds would pick up. Let me know in the comments, did you notice that subtle detail, or is it a surprise to you as well? All right, so to start with, it's actually exactly the same. But instead of going, we're just going to do the 10 twice, which lands us nicely on that 9. And then we do our majestic regal bit once again, but with the standard tone and also with the front pickup. So all we're doing here is the same lick, middle finger on 8. But instead of all that nonsense, we're just going to go. So we go from that 9 to 7 pull off, straight to the 10th fret on the B, and we bend up to 12. So we've got. And when you're ready, rake into the bend. Very bluesy once again. So I'm just muting some strings at this end while I do that and releasing them in time for the actual note. And I'm using my index finger just to kill those strings while doing so. If you're struggling, don't put the rake in. That is a garnish that you put on at the end, not a fundamental that you practice from the start. So, and then we go to 7, and then do some nice Hendrixy unison bends. So we've got our 7 here on the B string, and then ring finger on 9 on the G, and we're just bending that ring finger to the same pitch as the 7. And we're going to throw some whammy bar at it. So we're going to be quite reckless here and just really thump it down. And then we do the same thing, 2 frets above, 9 and 11. And then we add the pinky on the 12. And then we play the ring finger note, the 11 again, like this. And we dive the bar. So this whole last phrase goes like this, 3, 4. All right, so now instead of just showing you the notes and leaving you to your own devices, I want to help you drill it up to full speed. So I've made a nice little backing track and we're going to play it together at a nice slow speed and gradually increase it to full speed. So this is a nice little playground for you to practice applying all of these licks. So let's go drill it. All right, shredders, thank you so much for watching this video. If you're still watching at the end, then I know you are a die-hard fan of either this solo or this channel. I really appreciate you watching, and I hope you've gotten something out of it. Remember that if you're struggling with those arpeggios, then you can just go to my free course, Gods of Shred, and there's a whole module waiting there for you to train you and to drill into your brain exactly how to do those with ease. And why not also download this amplitude preset for free so that you can sound authentically Swedish. All right, shredders, thank you again, and please do me a favor and check out one of these other videos.